Hey, hey, hey. Lord, I always gotta dust myself because you don't really know what you look like when you once you get on camera. And I'm going to a ceremony today, so I'm like more dressed up than I usually am on here. And I'm still rushing, which is why I had to come on at 11 o'clock today. Um, because usually, I talk to you guys at 12:30, but as today's topic talks about today, some of the entrepreneur struggles. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a struggle, but you have to make adjustments sometimes. Like the thing is, I'll actually wait till Facebook does its thing so I can tune in and I can talk about that. So I'll let it do what it do. Being that I am on a little earlier, I might not be able to. I might not be on as many people who's usually on my 12:30 time. So I'll let Facebook kind of rally some folks up for a minute, and then I'm going to jump into the topic because this week, this week is going to be a series chat on the common entrepreneurship struggles. I had just basically talked about it yesterday, and it was like I got a lot of feedback, even on my email list. Everybody says some of the same things. And then also, too, with the women that I coach, as a business coach, that's what happens. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started. As you guys know, I'm Lauren LC Thriver, the Thriving Entrepreneur, here and ready to push and drive you into your business. I'm here to make you go, and definitely gut check you a little bit just to get you to, be inspired and move the things you got to do as far as an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur. I started my first entrepreneurship journey about 12 years ago, but I've been an entrepreneur, like really taking it serious. I started when I was like 18. And I got the gist of it and everything, but then, I kind of like let go everything when I went to college. But I've been an entrepreneur full time. This is 2017 for like 6 years. Um, I definitely went full time and left corporate. I think like 2012, something like that. So I've started many businesses. I started my own business as a fitness training business to help coach. Oh, Lord, I got stuff on my dress. Yeah, no, I don't care. But I've started my business back in 2013, and I've been full time doing that. And also, like I said, I have a business coaching entrepreneur. I figured, I'm young. I definitely started entrepreneurship under my 30s and have gained great success. And I figured at this point, like I have a story to tell, especially inspiring young entrepreneurs, who are young, just getting out of college, or even like, young new moms trying to adjust everything and things like that. So that's what particularly, um, I do. And I coach entrepreneurs to excel in their business, to, thrive in their business, help them to build their personal life, and to do all that without, to avoid burnout and without sacrificing time with their family. Because let me tell you, I've done it all and I've been out there and I've been burnt out. I'm talking about burnt out, deep depressed. Like, you know what I mean? So I share some of the common things. This my hair is like really getting on my nerves. But I know my laugh is so annoying, but if you're tuning in, this is me. You're gonna get me, the real me, how I am, just as much as I'm sitting in front of my friends. But at the same time, I'm gonna definitely keep it real. Hi, y'all. Hi, Sunshine. Thanks for tuning in. So pretty much like what we're gonna talk about today. Wellsy, yes, that's me. That is like a nickname from the past. Talk about blast from the past. So, as I talked about yesterday, I said I was going to dive in. This is part two. There's going to be a chat series this week. So, Thanks for tuning in early. Like I said, I have a ceremony to go to. That's why I'm a little more dressed up than I typically am. I'm actually out here in Delaware, just for the day, and I have to head back to New York. So um, we talked about the how to overcome the common entrepreneurship struggles. So, I got a lot of great feedback as far as some of the struggles that people particularly struggle with or whatever. So, one of the things I want to talk about today is time management, because I know this is something that I personally overcame. I still get caught up in times, like I said, with me traveling a lot, sometimes things have to change. Um, but like I said, when you're an entrepreneur, you have, if the torch is in your hands, you have the power to do, but you have to work on your own personal self. As I said yesterday, a lot of entrepreneurs think that they just focus on the operations of business, getting clients, marketing, and all that. And some of those things were the struggle, and I will share that. But I really want to talk about, you have to work on your own personal self, managing your own time, people skills, overcoming objections as far as the fear of rejection. That was something I spoke about yesterday, that I actually had someone say when I had did a calling all entrepreneur talk, as far as what struggles that they particularly struggle with in their business. And let me tell you, my clients that I work with, they're entrepreneurs. Some of them are building brand new businesses, or they have been in a while. And it's amazing to me that I even have some clients who have some success, but then they hit that brick wall and get stuck in their business. And it's because they haven't worked on their own personal self, like, as far as mastering time management, mastering, themselves, being able to feed things into themselves on a daily basis to keep a positive mindset. Because guess what? Entrepreneurship is not a straight road to success. It's loops, peaks, valleys. You end up in the ditch, in the valleyway, or wherever, to get to the road to what success is. And another thing is, success isn't always the destination. The destination to success isn't always what you think. So, as far as a lot of us, I know me, I was always looking and thinking success was about money, as far as getting the money and the things that you particularly want or whatever. And it's not that, I mean, of course, money is important. You need money, and when you get there, but the money is on the back end, it's right there waiting for you. You just have to particularly work on your personal selves, the things that you have to do, consistency, which was one of my personal struggles before, being very consistent in your business, being very consistent in your personal development, being very consistent into the things that you have to work on, instead of always worrying about the operations of, just getting more clients. Because guess what? When you get those clients, you might not even be the person that can serve this person, just because you haven't worked on your personal self. You're bringing your personal life into your business, and you're not even servicing that customer, your client, or anything like that. Now, of course, this does depend on the business. Like if you have an online business, nobody even knows you, you're behind the scenes and everything like that. Not so much, but you do got to work on yourself enough to the point that you need to be consistent and have that consistent drive. It takes, it takes, a certain work ethic. Like you have, like, everybody says like you have an entrepreneur spirit. Do you guys know what that particularly means as far as like an entrepreneur spirit? That is somebody who is thriving consistently, don't let anything hit or get in their way to, overcome whatever it is that business come with. So for someone who isn't, in people's face all the time, and they're all behind the scenes, you got to have that kind of you got to have patience, because the internet, always something comes up, something broke. You have to have that diligence and that certain drive and that humbleness, so when things go wrong, it does not shake you out your business. I personally know when, stuff goes wrong and you're not humble enough as an entrepreneur, you do get stuck to the point where you be like, I don't want to work. I just want to quit. Like, you have to work on yourself and your personal self and drive to be able to not quit. And here's another thing. What is your IQ factor? When I say IQ factor, it means I quit. You need to, is very, very important. And that might be another, chat or whatever that I particularly talk about here on Thrive Abundantly TV. But what is your IQ factor? Like, what is that I quit factor? Is it, obstacles that come every day, what will make you quit? Is it family doubting you? What will make you quit? Is it, not having enough money to do what you need to do and you're not willing to take the hurdles, or even, sometimes an entrepreneur, if you really believe in your business and what you want, you sometimes need to, put yourself in. I always coach and teach about financial, empowerment and definitely escaping the ways to get financially stuck. But how can I say this? If you are not willing as an entrepreneur to invest in yourself, and sometimes investing means having OPM, using other people's money, meaning going into debt sometimes. Let me tell you, I started many businesses and went into some debt. And I would never lie about that. Even coming to the point, this piece of hair is getting on my nerves. I need to take my hair down, wash it, and do everything. But I'm trying to preserve this hairstyle because my birthday is this weekend. So I'm just gonna rock this until I get my hair done later this week. So you guys will see me all done up. So anyway, so it's just, what is your IQ factor? It's very important. It's so funny how I get off topic, right? For the ladies that's on here, we know we do this. Like I said, I talk to y'all just like I'm talking to my clients, and my clients are like, my homegirls or whatever, particularly. And I don't always, a lot of men tune in here on Thrive Abundantly TV or whatever. So I'm always open for men. I'm not just about the ladies, but at the same time, the ladies particularly, I'm all about woman empowerment, big time. Because here's the thing: us women, especially in the entrepreneurship game, we have to learn about working together and trusting one another to help and build and grow our business. So that's exactly why I started Thrive Abundantly business coaching service, because a lot of us women don't, I find that all the time, and I'm willing to give my helping hand, give my expertise and my own experience, and never put myself on a pedestal. I learn from my clients all the time, but I'm there to give that helping hand to that fellow entrepreneur to help and drive their business as well in their personal life. That was one of the big aha moments for me, where I had to realize working on my personal self and things that I personally struggle with in life is what was the breakthrough in my business to finally have that success that I want. Like I said, don't always focus on the money. The money will come. It's on the back end when you're willing to work on yourself and everything in the front end. So, time management. I particularly talked about time management, and that's going to be what we specifically talk about today. Tomorrow, I'll pick another area. I always ask, type in the chat, inbox me, email me at Lauren at LC Thriva. Wait. I put in the chat my email. It's Lord, my assistant know this. I'm so bad. My assistant, I'll put this email. It's thrivewithlc@gmail. Okay, that way it'll come directly to me. Because my assistant does the other email. I think it's Lauren at thrivewithlc.com. But if you email me at thrivewithlc@gmail, I'll get to you directly, and please definitely email me for any kind of feedback, any questions. I love hearing compliments when people enjoy this. But definitely feel free to email me or message me here on Facebook, and share particular struggles and feedbacks that you're working on, something that you would love for me to discuss and talk about here on Thrive Abundantly TV. And if you're personally, ready to, invest into yourself, I'm looking for some dream clients that I particularly work with. I'm very specific of who I work with, because you've got to be ready. You have to be ready and be willing to be coachable. But if you are ready and, you're ready to take on, and you're tired of keep hitting that brick wall to help you to exceed, to get to that next level in your business, definitely email me as well. And, we can figure out, a strategy call as far as where you are in your business, where you're looking to go, and what ways could I help you. So I usually charge a nice penny for strategy calls, but, for those who are on, just say that you were on Thrive Abundantly TV and email me, and I will definitely offer you a free strategy call to help you with your business. So with time management, and how did I overcome time management? I shared this with a gentleman who actually said, time management is something that he struggles with and having enough time. So there was two specific things that I told him that he should focus on and, really pay attention to when it comes to, time management and adjusting. So what that is when you're one thing is, don't be so hard on yourself. It depending on the type of person you are. If you're anything like me and you're really, really hard on yourself and you feel like you have to have everything accomplished, let me tell you, boo boo, you ain't gonna have everything accomplished. You gotta be willing and okay that I'm going to do the best I can and work on my time management. It takes skills, okay? And it works over time. If you continuously work on that and have time management, you'll get better at it. But even when your time management is pretty pristine and like good, and you're on point with it, you are still at the point like that everything does not get done. So, what I told him is, there's two specific things that I learned how to wiggle this area of time management. The first thing is prioritizing, making sure that you prioritize your day. So, have a calendar, write out the things that you need to particularly do, like put stuff in your schedule. Particularly, we're always using our phone, so I would say put the important things that the appointments, stuff like that, on your phone calendar rather than on a paper. Because you may not all the time be in front of your calendar and set your alarms. So that's one thing, by prioritizing, and then really be specific and focus on income producing activities, things that are going to either get you more clients, work on a particular skill so that you are more efficient to get more clients or get more business, more sales, or whatever. Focus on prioritizing your most income producing activities. So I focus on the top 3 to 6. One thing I learned when I first started, not first started, but when I really dived in and I was in, I'm not going to mention any names, but when I started in network marketing, I was in a particular company. And when I say this, those who may know, especially the ladies, they may know exactly where this comes from. But focus on your 6 most important things. I'll say who shared this. Mary Kay Ash. So you can guess. But focus on your most 6 important things and make sure that you prioritize it based on the importance of what is producing income. And I'm talking about in business. You can have 2 lists. You can have as far as your 6 most important things in business, and then your 6 most important things as far as in your personal life that you have to take care of. But the reason why I say 3 to 6, because not all the time you may have 6 things, or you have more. Before, I used to have a long, long list, but it was like things that wasn't so important or things that wasn't producing income right away. You know what I mean? Or some stuff, it was just wasn't really that important. Or it was something that I can delegate to other people. It was like the best thing I could do when I got an assistant. You know what I mean? Because it was like, you can't do everything. Like, a lot of times the problem that we do as entrepreneurs in our business, we wear many hats. And I get it, when you're new and you don't have money, to pay for services, we do have to wear all the hats or whatever the case may be, the many hats that we need to do what we need to do in our business. But guess what? You are losing money that way. So that's why I said, if you even got to get a loan or whatever, if you really believe in your business and you're trusting yourself to drive, and even if you don't trust yourself, that's why it's important to get like a coach or a mentor, something that's going to keep you on your heels, because you're not going to do it all the time, let me tell you. So it's really important to delegate particular things, because guess what? That may be $100 that you save to, do your own flyer or scheduling appointments, whatever the case may be. You could be using that time to, work on yourself, organize, or get the things that you need to get done to make more money. So let's say, for instance, you are worth $100 an hour, right? But, you had to do, some organizing, some flyer, whatever the case may be, and it took you, 2.5 hours. You just wasted $250, because if you're worth an hour, $100 an hour, that time that you could have spent to either work with a client or, whatever things that you need to particularly do, that's what it cost you for $50 of a service. Is that making sense? If it makes sense, type in the chat, give me some thumbs up or hearts or whatever, if that makes sense. So, definitely be willing to delegate. So as I said, the two things that help me with time management is number one, prioritizing. And in prioritizing is scheduling the 6 most important things that you need to do. 3 to 6. I said 3 to 6 most important things that are income producing activities. What I mean by income producing activities, doing Facebook Lives, because these are things for exposure to get you more clients or whatever the case may be. Emailing your list, making particular phone calls if it's beneficial. Like I said, if it's costing more for you to do the phone calls and you gotta, delegate that over, then okay. But those are particularly things that you need to do. Going out and prospecting, especially for those who are in network marketing. So those are what I mean by making sure you focus on the top 3 to 6 income producing activities that's going to help you in your business. Number 2 is be okay with the fact that everything is not going to get done. That you will go to bed with something not done. But if you focus on those most important activities that you had to do and got those off the list, especially like your top 3, like I said, or 6, depending, then okay. And tell yourself, affirmations is really important. Tell yourself when you go to bed at night, I am happy for all what, the productivity that I did for today, and I did my best today, and I can't wait tomorrow to continue to work on being my best self, my best business self, my best entrepreneur, whatever the affirmation is for you. Is that making sense? Type in the chat and definitely give me some thumbs up or whatever if that is making sense. So be okay with everything is not going to get done today. And some people are going to, lose out on some time. I remember TD Jakes, he has Instinct, his book Instinct. And it was really good because he had a video or whatever where he talked about, time management and balancing family and your business or whatever with time management. In the beginning, you're going to have to make some sacrifices in the beginning. So yes, you may have to miss out a little bit depending where you are and where you start. This is why I work so hard now before I even have children. But if you have children, that doesn't mean it's over for you. So this is why I work so hard now to do the things that I need to do. So when I have children, I don't have to kind of cut back on my business, to spend some time with our family. Let me tell you, when you are cutting back on your business and the things that's going to provide for your family, you are double sacrificing on that family. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I have some particular young lady that I was talking to that was looking into business coaching, and one of the things she struggled with is losing out time, she's losing precious time with her child, to go out and do her business. I think she's in network marketing, so they do home parties and things like that. And I said either you take your child with you, depending on the environment or whatever the case may be, but in the beginning you're going to have to sacrifice the time that you're going to lose out with the child. Definitely prioritize your time and spend as much as possible. But if you don't go and do business to get the sales, get the money and the income, or leverage income or whatever that it is, you still gonna lose way more time even down the road when it's time for your little daughter to go to college, and you don't even have the income because you didn't do the work that you had to do prior and sacrifice the short term. You have to remember, it's a short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain. I'll say that again. It's a short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain. So if you sacrifice the times and things that you really don't want to do or don't want to miss out, it's going to be times that you can't go to every family event. It's going to be times that you can't, you might miss out on, field trips or things like that or whatever. I'm talking, as far as for parents or anything. I mean, even with me, I miss out times with, my niece, my nephews, my godchildren and stuff like that at times. Because I got to do business. I got to do and work for myself. If I keep making sure I'm at everything, at all the parties, all the events, and all the fun things, I'm just going to keep being there. But then I lost out on my dreams. I lost out on, my future children's dreams to be able to afford and do the things that they need. You know what I mean? So it's like I said, it's a short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain. You have to, in order to overcome time management and being able to sacrifice everything, ask yourself, what I'm doing right now, is it congruent with the income producing activities that I need to excel myself in my business? You have to ask yourself that. And like I said, if you're lounging, having family time, eating, going out eating, going out to happy hour, watching all these TV shows, those aren't income producing activities. You got to make sure that you factor yourself out. You got to go on a business entrepreneur diet. For those who know, I'm a health coach and a fitness coach. So a diet isn't always about eating. It's a diet in your own life. You might have to diet and cut back on some fun things. Watching TV, watching every show. You may have to do that. You get what I'm saying? So for me, I did have to go on a diet to excel my business to get to where I needed to go. I did have to go on a diet that I can't go to every event and party. I did have to go on a diet to cut back some of the things that I like to spend and do, because I need to take that money and invest it into my business. But guess what? If I do that, I can flip it. Then I can do those things. You have to be able to sacrifice your time at times so that you can buy back your time later. Let me know if that makes sense. Some hearts, some thumbs up, comment in the chat if that makes sense. You have to sacrifice your time now so that you can buy back your time later. Like I said, when I started in corporate America and I was working, and I saw that I literally, guys, I wasn't even bringing in I was making $25,000 a year after taxes. So that means I was probably bringing in $18,000 for the year. That's nothing. I live in New York. It's nothing. So that was something I'm like, I'm supposed to do this for 40 years. I mean, yeah, I can climb the corporate ladder. But I was like, nah, I got to figure something out. So, I when I quit corporate and went out and chose to, drive and go for my own passions and dreams and figure out what it was, I didn't even know. I had to really take time to really figure out who Lauren was. And that's where LC Thriver was born. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take that time. So I had to sacrifice time with, doing everything. Like I said, I don't really recommend this for people. I took that jump. I just jumped, quit, and just lived off the savings. And man, that was hard. But I figured it out because I was really determined to get to where I need to go. And I'm still determined to get to where I need to go. And sometimes I do want to quit and just be like, give me a job. I just punch in, clock out, and that's it. But then I don't want to pursue anybody else's dreams, because then every day when I go to work and punch in, what about mine? Like I said, my godchildren, my niece, my nephews, or even my future children, my family, I gave up on them. I gave up on myself. So that's why I continue to go. And like I said, when you figure that out and figure out your why, your time management, you start to be able to want to go and drive with your time a lot better, and getting down packed with this to get the things that you need to do. And like I said, you do start focusing on, like, a lot of things. I do not take up my time if it's not, congruent with what I'm doing with my business, or able to help excel my business forward or produce some income. And a lot of times, some people may say, oh, you just worried about money, da, 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 da. But guess what? How else am I going to pay bills? You got to worry about these things. You got to worry about your business. You got to not allow other people to, punk you out of your business. You can't. And I don't let nobody do that. So that was pretty much it. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, I'm going to continue to talk about these things. I want to hear you guys' feedback on what it is that what's the number one struggle that you have in your business. I'll talk about it here, okay? Because a lot of the things that you particularly struggle with, either I have struggled with, I'm currently struggling with, or I know others that struggle with it, or I'm coaching, entrepreneurs in that right now to help them excel. You know what I mean? So we're all in this together. We have to start being willing to work together, talk together, communicate together, because the power is in numbers and all of us coming together to discuss and have things. I may even have, other entrepreneurs on to talk about some of these things. I have some things lined up, which is why I said it's important for all of us to come together and conglomerate and talk about these things. But I have a few things lined up that I have to confirm with some successful entrepreneurs out there that I know that are have overcame some of the objections that you have. And I'm talking about making 6 figures a month. 6 figures a month. or 5 figures a month. Like, how would that be for you? Imagine being able to do that. And guess what? One of the number one things that they worked on was their personal life and their time management. Okay, so I'm not telling you anything that just Lauren does. I'm telling you from mentors and coaches that I've personally worked with that has mentored me to excel forward in their business to make, like I said, 5, 6 figures a month, even for the year. You know what I mean? Whatever your goal is, it's not, like I said, it's not all about the money, and it's not the destination. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. A lot of times, like I said, we focus on that destination. So that's pretty much it. I have to hurry up and finish getting dressed for this ceremony. Like I said, I am tuning in from a different location than I normally do because I am not in New York. I'm in Delaware right now, just for the day. I'll be heading back to New York tonight. So, but I'm glad that you guys were able to tune in. And like I said, this is on replay, so you can view later. Again, inbox me, type in the chat, type your questions, or email me at thrivewithlc. That's Lauren. Do I want to say my middle name? Cat. I'm not telling my middle name. So that's thrivewithlc@gmail. And email me, particularly, like I said, any of your struggles or things that you would like particularly to share with me, or even if you want to, kind of figure out a way to work in conglomerate together. Like I said, I have a few things lined up with you guys here on Thrive Abundantly TV. It is going to get good and interesting. So if this was helpful for you and you definitely got some good feedback from this, or you enjoyed this chat, please share with others. Entrepreneurs need to hear things like that. And there's many entrepreneurs out there who are just getting started or even at a slump in their business. And this might be the blessing and the things that they need to hear to get them over that hurdle and to thrive. Like I said, I'm here to make you go, and here to gut check you into your business. So, love you all. Have an amazing, amazing Tuesday. What's today? Lord, it's May 16th. So that's it. Like I said, I look forward to hearing back with you guys. Tomorrow we'll be scheduled back on our regular time at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time at noon. So I know, like I said, it was a few people who usually are on every day that couldn't tune in today because I understand you guys may be at work or meetings or whatever the case may be. But tomorrow we will be back on at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. Love you all. Looking forward to hearing back from you. I keep saying the same thing, so it's time for me to get off. LC Thrive signing out. Have a good one.